TKO Talk.
That boy's got talent!
I mean, I don't know. I've never met the guy, but I would have been one of the first people to tell you that this dude would not be reliable for any type of storyline within the WWE. I remember tweets going on where Travis was being quoted saying this is his new full-time job and he's gonna take it serious and whatnot. I do remember replying every time that no, he is not. And here we are. He was pulled from DLC for WWE 2K5 because he had a falling out with company. The alleged rumor or hearsay is that Ari Emanuel promised his friend a favor, and it really had nothing to do with Scott's impact or performance. And Stevie Richards is who this is coming from. This post is from Elite Rockers, whoever this is, but he also claims it fell apart because he was too lazy and didn't put any effort in. No shit. As far as the Ari Emanuel owing a favor, I would like to hear that from somebody other than a former WWE wrestler turned content creator. No offense to Stevie Richards, of course, but maybe he knows somebody that I'm unaware of. But I would like to hear Ari or someone closer to Ari than Stevie, unless I have missed something where Stevie Richards is close to Ari Emanuel, say that this was why Travis Scott was included. And I say that because it wouldn't be surprising if they had a musical artist on their own, they being WWE creative, and things going bad, things going left. And I'm aware there are suggestions this is to cover up what really went down regarding Travis Scott's appearance at WrestleMania and The Rock not showing up. I'm not so sure I buy into that. Travis is an unreliable act, musically and certainly in any type of athletic capacity.
Keep it real with y'all. I used to give a fuck about how many views I got and shit, and I ain't never got a lot of views. So now, I'm gonna keep it real like, I don't give a fuck, bitch!
Natalya Neidhart says storytelling matters more than wins and losses in wrestling. I mean, for the most part, I would agree with this, but the WWE does remind us at high frequency they tell stories. But if the story is lacking and someone is doing nothing but winning or losing, there's a glaring issue. Now, right now, the WWE is seeming to be succeeding in building women's tag team back up. I do say it's all because of Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. However, they have a long way to go, and this is only supposed to culminate into a singles match anyway. Outside of that, every single woman in this tag team story arc has absolutely no storytelling behind them. Zelina Vega, being the US champion up until recently, has no story behind her. Chelsea Green has no story behind her. The Wyatts, who are the tag team champions and are about to give us probably an insane TLC match, have no story behind them. Just a legacy that needs to either produce some kind of tree of evolution with this group, in the story, I mean, or be stripped away from them altogether and let's find a story for them. Let somebody talk directly, not in mystery. So there is a lot going on in the WWE that needs the storytelling to be leveled up. Then the wins and losses won't be a focus or minimized.
But we were just trying to add to that and pay for it anyway.
Yeah. They're gonna
You don't got 130 on your card?
I have 130 on my card.
But not like 150?
No.
Yeah. We shouldn't be on no boat then.
This went around a little bit this month about Shayna Baszler allegedly doing some producer work for WWE at the NXT branch. If so, that's a pretty good look for Shayna. She had other things going on outside of the controversy of her being released as a talent, at least. I'm still not ready to say she's all the way done. Maybe a Legends contract or return for a Battle Royal. Maybe even return for some kind of quick hit villain run. You know, why not? I'm sure as a full-time talent, Shayna was collecting some decent checks. She does have a mind that would fit into the production angle of the WWE. I have always believed that Shayna is an underrated talent for so many reasons, and the more that she gets to work in the environment, the more she gets to shine. And even though she's only able to work within the confines of the company's restrictions and policies, maybe some original ideas and creative work will get through to us from her, from behind the scenes. Michael Chandler is in agreement with Ilia Topuria in regards to Armin Tsarukyan. There have been clips going around about Ilia talking about how he would just vacate the title instead of fighting Armin, and people want to say, oh, he's scared, but Michael Chandler gets it, and obviously Ilia does too. I mean, you can just look at what the rankings are in any division, just pick one, and tell me that like half of them are not in the wrong place. Regardless of whose fault it is, doesn't matter right now. What matters is what's gonna put butts in seats. And there's a lot of people that do like Armin. I don't dislike Armin necessarily, but the most interesting thing he's ever done as far as garnering fans' attention is pretend choking out Nina drama when he went along with the, oh, his arm got injured because of Nina thing. And I know there's a lot of people that don't like the WWE aspect of the UFC, but unfortunately that's what drives the company. If we had it our hardcore way, nothing would ever get done. No event would ever feel special. Now, I don't make the rules, but it's pretty obvious that if you're entertaining online and in the octagon, it does benefit your career as a UFC fighter. Armin doesn't have that. He has the charisma of an eraser. And I don't know about anyone else, but I can speak for myself. At the minimum, it just isn't a good look if every post that you do online for your social media is about how you deserve this and stop running and title shot. You got to do something else other than choke out Nina. That's why people screaming for Paddy Pimblett and Ilia. They've been doing this for years now. That's how the rivalry got built up. On top of that, they both been finishing dudes and doing social media work to get the likes and whatnot, to get the fans and the laughter, cry, tear emojis. Armin cruises around in his Lamborghini Urus, eating caviar with no joke telling, no scene stilling, no content sharing, no eye candy side piece for the incels. You know, nothing. This is why no one is interested in the fight except him and his team and a couple of hardcore Armin fans. Again, I don't make the rules. They can make that fight. They can make Ilia and Paddy. I don't care. Whatever it is, I'm gonna watch. Ben Davis here with the timely joke. Ben's always got the jokes. Never met the dude, but he's cool to me, at least from what I see on screen. It just got me thinking, while it is kind of funny, is Robert Whittaker done? As far as title contendership, I would have to say yes. I do think he is done. You know, Whittaker's style is now behind the elite. What was once elite that we saw in Whittaker is no longer present for him. A big part of that, in my opinion, is obviously his speed. He slowed down some. Not a lot, but not a little either. His strategy is so predictable at this point, no matter what kind of fighter you are, what kind of fighter you're coaching. And that's not to take away from RDR. He looked awesome. One of the most awkward looking knee strikes on the roster comes from him, because that's it looks like you can see it coming a mile away, but it's weird. Anyway, I don't think Whittaker is going to level up in any type of grappling any further to get him over this hump. I feel like if Robert Whittaker was an elite grappler, his speed being reduced as time goes on wouldn't be that big of a deal. It just felt like to me that RDR was the more complete MMA fighter. And to be honest with you, man, it looked like RDR wanted it more than Whittaker anyway. And maybe Whittaker's sitting pretty on some fat cash, so who knows? I don't think he needs to change a division, and I don't think he needs to think about the title at all. He's a well-loved fighter. I like him so much. I like RDR too, by the way. But Robert Whittaker is at least 2 finishes away from a title shot, barring some kind of injury or a tragedy or something like that. I was watching and I remember saying, oh, here comes the jab, here comes the flurry combination, then dart back out, here comes the leg kick. You know, it was so predictable. And if I'm reading stuff like that, obviously the pros are reading it. But that also means that it's become way too predictable. There are no more surprises Whittaker has to give us. I don't think the Reaper is done as far as entertaining fights. I actually do believe he could have a resurgence, but I think that's a less than 30% chance.
I'm not surprised, motherfucker.